And hello, everyone, and welcome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Boys Under 15 Ontario Cup Final here in the Ontario Soccer Centre in Vaughan, Ontario, for this matchup between the London Youth Whitecaps and the Woodbridge Strikers. I'm your play-by-play host, Martin Ohms, here as we're getting ready, as these two teams get ready to take the field, and what will definitely be an exciting matchup between two of the top teams in the province. Let's first introduce these two teams, starting off with the team in blue. That is the Woodbridge Strikers. They have in goal Ryan Howard. In front of him, he'll have Eric Faranato, Marky Arkand, Emmanuel Obifuna, Jaden Chudu, Temesgen Alemsej, Adam Di Vittorio, Edward Bonsu, Santiago Bueno, O'Neill KJ Richards, Antonio Giordano, Frank William Andriachi, Reese Jean-Baptiste, Nathan Shishiwaka, David Adeyemo, Oshiyuki Ibe, Lorenzo Abaglivo, and Stefano Abaglivo, and the coach is Tony Gentile. They play out of the CSL, and they went through their group stage match, their 14 group stage, before defeating Niagara in the quarterfinal 2-0, and then went to penalty kicks against Milton after a 1-1 draw there and defeated them. They are currently riding one of the strongest defenses in Ontario, and they'll be one of the very tough team to score on here today for the London Youth Whitecaps, led by Alicio Melillo in goal. In front of him, you have Caleb Young, Connor Corrado, Matthew Govea, Nico Stemberg, Brandon Tam, Jalen Logue, Mihailo Negovan, Adam Halbuni, Diego Salvador, Wyatt Ladanchuk, Dondre Williams, Ahmed Birani, Richard Solomon, Mathis Nebadu, Liam Talbot, and Marco De Borba. And the coach is Andrew Lord. And Andrew Logue's team had to go through the qualifying match against Caledon, defeating them 1-0 before advancing to their group stage match, before going through their entire group to get to this final position, before they went to the quarterfinals over Oakville 4-2, and then Futsal Club Toronto, they defeated in the semifinals with a 6-2 scoreline. Their winning team in this matchup will go on to the National Club Championships in Laval, Quebec. And so it's a huge game out here for these two teams, where it's going to be tooth and nail. This first goal, I think, will be incredibly critical for either squad in order to go through in this game.
Number 7, Nico Stemberg.
The referees for today's match is Stephen Cassar. In front of him is his assistant referees Giovanni Fiori and John Ross Jr. Scarcelli. And the fourth official is Joe Lau. This is the third of 4 matches here today at the Ontario Soccer Centre. We just saw the Cumberland Cobras in the under-15 girls final come from behind and take down the London Youth Whitecaps 2-1 in that one. And the under-14 boys final, it was the Milton Magic taking home the victory over the Mississauga Dixie with a 3-0 victory. At 5:30 p.m. today, of course, will be the Women's Ontario Cup Finals between Durham United and Scarborough GS United. So it's lots of action here left to go still today in Ontario Cup Final action. It's a little bit of a partly cloudy afternoon here in Vaughan, Ontario. It was a bit of a breezy morning, but it looks like it's subsided enough that it won't affect either team here in this type of weather here, as we're just introducing the match officials, and then we'll have some handshakes, and then we'll go towards the national anthems. But this game is being broadcast by Sports Engine. They are the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport life management tools for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com to see how they can keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. The Ontario Cup is the provincial soccer championship and is the largest competition of its kind in Canada. It is currently the oldest sporting events in the country, and as it was first staged in 1901 and has operated continuously with the exception of the World War II period. Each year, 12,000 athletes from all across the province compete for this championship as it commences in May with more than 600 teams drawn into either a knockout round or round-robin style tournament. And then don't forget about the added prize of the National Club Championship for the under 15 age group here. We already had the under 18 and under 21 championships previously. It was Vaughan taking home the under 18 men's and women's championships there. And in the under 21 finals, in the women's side, it was Burlington who took home the trophy there, with the men's side and the under 21 going to Vaughan as well, with a victory over Niagara. As we're going to take this moment here for the national anthem. And there goes the national anthem as the teams get ready to shake hands here, and we're getting the action underway here in just a moment's notice. Let's take a look at some of the key players for both the teams, starting with the London Youth Whitecaps. You're going to have to take a look at number 28. That is Richard Solomon. 15 goals so far in the season. He's going to be working up top with Brandon Tam and Andre Williams to try and set up the offensive threats from this team coming from the WRSL division with a record of 10-2-1 so far this season. Looking towards this Woodbridge Strikers, undefeated so far this season. All games have been wins for them all season long. 13-0-0 for the Strikers. An outstanding 74 goals for and just 3 goals against all season long. So the Whitecaps are going to be having their hands full. But longer they stay in it, quicker they get that first goal, anything can happen here in this final. Players to look out for on the Strikers is number 9, Edward Bonsu. Huge threat on this team, as well as number 5, Emmanuel Obifuna, who had to get a little bit of ankle tape before the game here. So we'll have to see if will that ankle injury affect him here today in this match as he's jogging over to the rest of his team right now. So we'll have to see, will that affect him throughout this match? Two teams get ready, get in their huddles here. The final few moments of preparation. Last little inspirational quotes before our referee, Stephen Kassar, gets us underway here. So it's going to be the London Youth Whitecaps in the white, going from your right to your left on your screens back at home. And in the blue, from going from your left to your right, will be the Woodbridge Strikers. We play straight 45-minute halves, a total of 90 minutes. And if the game does remain tied after 90 minutes, the game goes straight to kicks from the penalty spot, as there's no more extra time. So it'll go straight to the kicks on the penalty spot, which Woodbridge experienced in their semifinal game against the Milton Magic. And here comes those Strikers coming on to the field. Loud out up top by Osayuki Aibi. Up top on the striker position, he's going to be joined up with O'Neill KJ Richards and David Adeyemo. And it's going to be the Whitecaps with the opening kickoff as we're underway here at the Ontario Soccer Centre Stadium in Ontario. With a crowded affair with a local team here with the Woodbridge Strikers going against a very strong fan base and the Whitecaps. And there's some early pressure coming in from the Strikers as Adeyemo tries to get that through ball in and can get to Ibe, and the Whitecaps will boot it away. Obifuna hits it over to the far side of Arkan. Down the line. Little push onto the back there by the Whitecaps player. Will get noticed by the referee, and Richards has won his team a free kick. Good, quick, early pace coming in from the Strikers off from the opening kickoff. The ball finds its way into the midfield for Andriachi. Andriachi tries to play a through ball over. Can't get it over the head of Barani, and it's going to battle its way is Stenberg. Stenberg's going to fight with that ball and get the way out of there as Nembadu has it. Gets it down on the left side as the Whitecaps trying to carry it down the line. Coming in with some speed there is Ledanchuk, and Ledanchuk will bring down the Woodbridge player, and it's going to be a free kick for the Strikers. Farnato boosts this one down the field, trying to find it to Richards. That gets knocked away, though, by Salvador, and it's going to be a throw-in over on the far side for the Strikers. The Strikers team throughout their season right now have not given up a goal in their last 10 games so far in the season. So like we've been saying, the Whitecaps, they want to get a goal and get that one early, put this Strikers team in probably in some figure of an unfamiliar position. Andriachi is going to battle in there. And Alemsej is going to be the player who comes out with this one. He tried to find Richards, couldn't find him, and it's going to get booted right back down the field by Landenchuk. Obifuna, high in the air, looking for Ibe. Ibe's going to head this one over, and he's going to try and give chase, but it's going to be Malilo who comes out of his goal, and he's going to pick up that loose ball as the Strikers come in with some early, quick pace. This one bounces under the leg of the Woodbridge player, Chudu, as it's going to be the Whitecaps sending this one up the field. There's the header hitting it forward was Solomon. Can't get it any further, though, as Howard will come out of his goal. Good pressure in as the ball continues into the corner for Williams. Williams can't get it any further as Obifuna now gets control, and he's trying to play it through two London players, but they're able to intercept, and there's a hard collision there as Chudu will bring down the player Salvador, and it's going to be a free kick for the Whitecaps in the Strikers area. A couple players are lined up in a short possible situation for Salvador. This one's going to get played in over the head of Williams, and Andriachi clears to as far as a player on top of the area. That was Gouveia, and Gouveia just fires that one over the goal, and it'll go for a goal kick. Woodbridge is going to play this one in quickly, though, as it's going to be Arkan in for Chudu. Chudu tried to play it back in for Arkan, can't find him, and it goes all the way back to Obifuna. Nice little move there as Chudu, though, loses it under the pressure from the Whitecaps. Good job there from the Whitecaps as they continue to try to get forward, but it's going to be the Strikers who are able to get out of it. Now they're going to try to send a through ball in for Ibe. Here comes Ibe coming in through, but Malilo is out of his goal, and just on the edge of his penalty area is able to get that loose ball as Osayuki Ibe had a good opportunity to get onto the goal of the Whitecaps, but it's just that touch was a little bit too far ahead. Salvador, he's going to let that ball roll out of play and win his team a throw-in as the crowd is already making a lot of noise here in Vaughan cheering on these two teams. The girls under 15 final just happened for the London Youth Whitecaps, so maybe a lot of their faithful stayed around and they're helping to cheer on the boys team. Play will go into the middle of the field, and carrying it up will be Talbot. Talbot just avoids that long leg coming from the Woodbridge defense. Avoids the second player is Talbot. Talbot going against Arkan. Can't find anything going forward. Smartly chooses to go backwards as Salvador will chip it down the line. Can't keep it in play over on the far side was Tam, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. Obifuna, deep throw-in taker here. Able to get it right to the foot of Ibe. He's going to get some help moving in there. Will be Bueno. Bueno can't get it any further as the Whitecaps get possession with it. Arkan gets a foot in there, and it goes out for a throw. Both teams starting to get a little bit of antsy here in these opening 5 minutes. We're seeing a lot of franticness as these two teams try to get some control and get some possession going on this game. As coming in through on the right side is Williams. Williams is battling with Obifuna. A little bit too aggressive there, though, by Williams onto the back of Obifuna. And it's going to be a free kick for the Strikers in their own corner, and they're going to boot this one up the field. Bueno is going to head this one on as Ibe collides with a defender. And here comes an opportunity on the right side as Adeyemo catches London out of position. Adeyemo tries to play it first time, but coming over was Barani, and he blocked the first and second opportunity for the Strikers, and Barani will hit this one out for a throw-in. Andriachi try to get it forward, can't get it over to Adeyemo, so he's going to take this one over again. This time it finds its way to Bueno, but Bueno is not able to control, and this ball will just roll itself out as Ledenchuk will let that one roll out for a goal kick. Malilo choosing to switch it over to the far side of the field. Gets this one forward, and unable to control that one in the air was Richards. And it finds its way up for Williams now for the Whitecaps. He'll hit this one forward for Solomon. Solomon looking for some support. Hits this one all the way back to Ledenchuk. Unable to control that was Talbot, and Adeyemo is going to make him pay as Bueno's going to hit this one over to the left side for Ibe. Ibe's going to carry this one with speed, trying to work away by Salvador, and Salvador will just slide in there and poke that ball aside for a corner kick, and the first corner kick of the game for the Strikers. And that's what you got to keep an eye out for. Got to avoid those quick turnovers because of those attacking pace coming in from the Strikers attackers. We got to make sure that the London players are behind the ball to shut down those oncoming runs. Players are lined up towards the far post for the Strikers. Left-footed take it, so it's going to be a little bit more of an outswing. As this one's going to get played in to the far post. Adeyemo controls this one, tries a shot. That gets blocked. And it's going to be a corner kick on the other side as Stemberg was able to make the key block there for the Whitecaps. Adeyemo is going to be the person taking this one here. Again, Strikers are choosing to go more of outswing kicks than in swings, as Andriachi almost got to that one, but Talbot was able to head it aside as far as Bueno. Bueno puts it back in. A great ball on the right side to Adeyemo. He's onside. Adeyemo, low drive, touch, and the flag is raised. No goal. The goal is called back as it was a beautiful play. Adeyemo plays a low drive in, but it's going to be offside going against the Strikers. As making a great run up the field and putting that one in was Farinato, but Farinato is getting called for an offside. Stemberg down on the right side trying to find Williams, but there's Obifuna. Obifuna just smartly plays this one off of Williams, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. Bueno did a great job right off the corner kick, putting this one back right to Adeyemo, who is left uncovered in the corner. Played a great ball in was Adeyemo, and Fernando, all he had to do was tap it in. He put that one perfectly, but just a touch too early. There's that deep throw once again, trying to get it away to Bueno. Taking no chances there was Talbot. He's just going to hit this one away first time, and now for a throw-in. Coach Andrew Logue letting the team know, got to keep an eye out for those players coming in on the wings. Got to stay physical with them, is the coach saying. So we've seen Obifuna with some deep throws here. This is almost like a corner kick, you can almost say, for this player. As the referee's going to have him move back to the proper position. So he's going to get another opportunity to take this throw and try to see if he can catch the London player sleeping a little bit there with a quick turn and throw. He loops this one in. Chudu gets the first ball. The second one, Ibe trying to get it forward, and it's Talbot once again who boots this one out and cleared it aside for throwing out the other side. Take quickly, and here comes Andriachi. Down to the right side for Adeyemo. And he gets it poked aside and knocked out for another throw by Ledenchuk. Very exciting opening 10 minutes here. No score, though, in the boys under 15 Ontario Cup finals between the Woodbridge Strikers and the London Youth Whitecaps. But there's Ibe. He could change things as he tried to play it forward. Barani pokes that one aside, but it goes to as far as Adeyemo. He tries to play it back into the middle of the area. Can't find anything. And Farinato's going to get called for a push onto the back of Williams. And Williams trying to play this one quickly. Bueno got in the way. And that allows the Strikers to get back in position as the Whitecaps want to play it in and quick to see if he can catch some of the players out of sorts and wasn't able to do so. Ledenchuk plays this one in for Williams. Williams had with a player all over his back in the Lem's edge. And he gets knocked down from behind, and the Whitecaps win another free kick. And this time it's going to be in Strikers territory. We have some pushing and shoving going on between Tam and Bueno. Tam making sure that his team gets the required amount of space needed to take a kick, as the referee Kassar is going to have a word with Bueno here. Tell him, make sure we give that space. DeAndre Williams, he wants to make sure, is that enough yards? He wants it to be counted. He's going to make sure have the referee count the yards. Well, you got to give Williams credit. He was right. So he was able to get a little bit more space to get this one over. Could he be looking to go for goal from this distance? As going to be Williams. Yes, he is. And he gets too much onto that one. And he fires that one over the goal. He knew as soon as he kicked that one, he got a little bit too much onto that one. And he fired it over the goal of Ryan Howard. Howard going to play this one short. Farinato plays it back, and Howard's going to hit this one down the field first time. Adeyemo trying to control it, and he keeps it away from Ledenchuk as he's kind of trying to get it up for Ibe. Salvador fighting in there, and it's going to be coming out with it will be Richards. Richards down to the left side for Chudu. Chudu looking for some support and loses the ball over to Tam. Tam's going to play this one down the line, and trying to get to that one was Williams, and he just lost his footing there. It looks like maybe he lost a bit of the balance, was expecting the ball to come to the other side of him, and this will allow the Strikers to regain possession here with Andriachi. Andriachi, nice little through ball in, trying to get to the foot of Ibe, but a late second there from Gouveia was able to shut it down as that cross just went in through the other side there from Ibe. Tam with the dummy run. He's going to let this one in, follow its way in through for Logue. Tam's going to hit this one first time, though. A little bit too strong to get to the path of Williams, and Howard will be able to come out of his goal and pick up that loose ball. Arkan in the middle of the field for Ibe. Ibe trying to pass that one back. Couldn't get it over to Richards, and it's going to be settled in. Stenberg can't find anything going forward. Forced to go backwards to Salvador. As here's Barani. Barani into the middle. Nice little ball there. So able to find Williams. Williams has a run coming down the left side in Ledenchuk, and he's going to play it over to him. Ledenchuk trying to get it away from Adeyemo. Hits it off of Adeyemo, though. And it will go out for a throw-in. Deep throw-in here for the Whitecaps. Looking for some options is Ledenchuk. And he's going to force to go all the way back for Talbot. Talbot trying to turn around, falls down after colliding with Bueno. And the referee Bueno must have said something. He already got a warning, and I hear the referee said, "Is that it?" And right away goes towards the book there, and Santiago Bueno picks up a yellow card for, I guess you could say, miscommunication with the referee. It's going to be a free kick here for Brandon Tam. Tam, 8 goals so far this season and the WRSL. This is a great opportunity if you want to curl this one in. Just 2 players in the wall. You could look to even adding a third here from this distance, but it's going to be Tam. He's going to loop this one in. A dangerous ball as it's poked in through and still loose. And it's the strikers who are able to clear it away, though. And that was a great ball played in from Tam, but no Whitecaps were able to pressure. And now here comes Adeyemo coming the other way. Good battle going between Adeyemo and Salvador. Adeyemo drive, trying to get it to IB, but a little bit too strong. And this one will go out through the other side as Adeyemo and Salvador were going shoulder to shoulder down the entire field. As Adeyemo was able to get the cross away, but just couldn't find the player IB into the top of the goal area. Talbot, nice turn from Talbot. He's created himself some space. He gets to the right side for Tam. Tam, though, gets it stripped away from him almost instantly, and the Strikers player gets knocked down from behind after the play was continued on. And it will go out for a throw-in as Richards gets back onto his feet. Arkan, he's able to get that ball and sliding all the way over Barani, taking no chances. Hits this one out for another throw, so Obifuna will move down. The throw on this guy is unbelievable, as it's IB battling on the edge of that penalty area all over the back of Barani. And it's going to be Barani who's going to come out with that one. Is going to go out for a goal kick as he's going to have a look at the referee. The referee says goal kick, free kick, almost the same thing. Looks like Woodbridge is ready to make a substitution in just a moment. And it's going to be Edward Bonsu, one of the highlight players to keep an eye out for. You know your team is talented when you have Edward Bonsu coming off your bench. Trying to get it forward was Logue. Can't get it forward, but there's Solomon. Solomon coming in, and he gets pushed down afterwards. And the referee wants to make sure the ball returns to the original spot of the foul. London tried to take it quickly. Wasn't going to be allowed there as Solomon got fouled there. And him and Andriachi had a little bit of pleasantries after the whistle. It's going to be Brandon Tam setting up here for this free kick once again. Tam's going to go for goal. Too much under this one, though. And it'll go over the goal and out for a goal kick as Tam just leaned back a little bit too much there. And it's going to be IB, the person coming off the field. So switch in striking position here for Woodbridge in the 18th minute mark. And Edward Bonsu, he's going to be coming on as the striker now for the Strikers. Play is going to resume as Adeyemo hits it forward, and here comes Bonsu's first introduction to the game. He's going to be going one-on-one against Gouveia. He's going to pass this one backwards, expecting to see a player there. Nobody's home, but his teammate there, Lemsage, is able to win it back for his team. And he wins his team a throw, and Solomon thought it was his team's throw, but instead it's not. And Lemsage looks like he hurt himself afterwards. Not too sure what happened, but he goes right back down onto the field. And then looks like he's holding his ribs there. And I'm not too sure. Maybe he stepped awkwardly after that play there. But we're just going to have a moment's pause here as the training staff takes a look at the injured player. Toronto FC is the official premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the presenting partner for the Ontario Player Development League, the province's youth high-performance league. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit TorontoFC.com for tickets and more. That is Toronto FC. So So he's able to get to his feet. He's all okay. And play is going to resume with a deep throw in here as Barani's going to have to play with this one. Adeyemo try to keep this one in. Might have been better off to let that one go past him. And it's going to be a goal kick as the Woodbridge Strikers are going to be making a double substitution here. Adam Di Vittorio is coming into the game. He's going to replace Adeyemo. So Di Vittorio in on the right wing. And the second substitution is coming off as well. It's going to be Richards, I believe. Richards is the player coming up, and Nathan Shishiwaka is going to be the player coming into the game. So Shishiwaka in, as well as Di Vittorio for the Strikers. Farinato down onto the right side for Di Vittorio. Di Vittorio trying to play it through the Whitecaps player, and he's able to succeed. Now he's got to deal with Talbot, does Di Vittorio. And a one touch, a little bit too much there, as getting back into his position was Ladinchuk. And he wins his team a throw-in. Ladinchuk fakes the throw-in there. Is going to reset his footing. Now he's going to get it down the line for Logue. Logue hits it, though, right to the foot of Bueno. And Di Vittorio is able to dance way around the players. He tried to cross this one in, but that got blocked there by Gouveia. Damn. And for Williams. Williams is going to leave this one forward. Can't get it by Chudu, though, as they're going to get a second opportunity. This time it finds its way to a London player. Williams trying to turn around. He's able to succeed in turn. Gets it down to the right side as Salvador is going to get by his player. Salvador is still going to hustle his way past Arkan. And the referee says play on as Arkan tried to carry it up. He tried to get it through a player, and now London gets that ball right back into the corner. Good battle into the corner. Whitecaps trying to get out with it. And what is the final call? And it's going to be a corner kick for the Whitecaps after that nice little scramble play. And I think that was Stenberg who did well battling with that ball into the corner for the Whitecaps. Players are lined up towards the far post here as we hit the 22nd minute mark here in this Boys Under 15 Ontario Cup final. This one's going to get played in for Tam. Tam's going to dummy run it. He was expecting a player coming behind him, but nobody was there. And here comes Di Vittorio. Di Vittorio is going to hit this one forward for Bonsu. Bonsu, 1-on-2. Bonsu, and there is Barani with a crucial block there onto Bonsu as London tried a dummy run off the corner kick. That fooled everybody except for Di Vittorio, who picked that one up, came out through the other way on that counterattack, send in Bonsu, and Bonsu tried a shot. But there was Ahmed Barani, the captain for the Whitecaps, to shut down that quick counterattack opportunity. Strong will get taken down the line, and there's Shishiwaka. Passes one back forward and gets it back to Shishiwaka once again. He's going to try and cut it to his right foot. Leaves it in for Bueno. Alemsaj gets it back to Andriachi. Andriachi tried to chip it forward. He didn't get a good foot onto that one. He looked down right away. Notice he mishit that one, and it's going to roll out for a goal kick. Crowd is getting on hand and excited here, cheering on these two teams as they're giving their full-out effort here in this Ontario Cup final. As Solomon hits this one forward for Williams. Williams going to hit it down the line for Ladinchuk. Ladinchuk for Logue. Logue trying to play a through ball in for Williams. There's Fernato able to poke it as far as Tam. Tam cuts this one back. Stenberg for Talbot. Ladinchuk, he's got time into the left corner. He can play a ball in, and he's able to. Solomon tries to get up high, and there's Obifuna, though. He gets up higher, and he's able to head it aside as the Strikers will clear it away as far as Bonsu. But getting to their first was Barani. Stenberg clears this one aside for throwing under the pressure there from Nathan Shishiwaka. Obifuna Deep throwing down the line for Bonsu. Bonsu tries to control this one. Salvador, though, does a smart play, realizing he just has no other option. Hit it off of the Woodbridge player, and he wins his team a throw. Lemseged heads it forward. Chudu. Shishiwaka trying to get it forward. Knocked away by Stenberg. In for Tam. Tam comes out of the area with that pass over to Solomon. He'll hit it back for Talbot. Miss hit on the pass there, and Ladenchuk's got to get back, and he just gets to it before Di Vittorio, and Di Vittorio is down holding his leg as the play is going to resume here for the Strikers, as Bonsu's going to hit this one forward. Coming out of his goal, though, is Malilo, and Di Vittorio will get back onto his feet and walk it off. It looks like, no, he tried to walk it off, and the play will be blown dead as it looks like he's not going to be able to continue here with his ankle. Might have just twisted that one after that. Trying to hustle and get to that ball before Ladenchuk. Training staff is being called out to come to take a look at Di Vittorio, as Woodbridge is getting ready to make another double substitution as well, utilizing the fresh legs they do and options they do have on the bench, just constantly rotating their squad in and out, and this may provide themselves a little bit of fresher legs come the later moments of the second half. No score so far, though, between these two teams, between Woodbridge and London Youth Whitecaps. Just a single yellow card has been handed out so far. That was to number 10, Santiago Bueno. He's just picked up the lone card so far in this game. As these two teams, we've noticed throughout their season so far, have been very tough to score on, and they've been able to score a lot as well. So it's coming down to these two teams' strong defenses now, and that all-important first goal. And Di Vittorio is able to get to his feet, always a good sign, and hopefully he'll be able to continue here in this match. Teams will utilize this moment to grab themselves a quick drink of water here on the sidelines. So play will resume here with the ball in Malilo's hands. Just going to drop it back into his hands, and play will resume here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. And play will continue here as Williams, though, can't control that one off of the drop kick, and the ball will find its way into the corner for a throw-in. And normally you would say if the ball's deep in your own area in containment, you can probably force a turnover, but with that deep throw, it's not going to happen as Obifuna will come over to take the throw. And Di Vittorio will come off as a substitute. They're not going to take any chances on that ankle, and David Adeyemo will come back into the game. Second substitution, Lorenzo Abaglivo is coming into the game. And Abaglivo will come over and take over Shishiwaka, who just came on as a substitute. Tam hits it over on the right side, trying to carry it forward with Stenberg. He can't get it forward, and Bueno tries to carry it up, but Talbot gets it first, but Bueno pokes it away from him. Back it goes for Ladenchuk. Tam, nice little fake pass there. No look one there as well, as he tried to get it over to Stenberg, and Stenberg played a through ball and too strong to get to Solomon. Solomon's switched over, looks like, with Williams. So Solomon's over now on the right wing of the fielder now. A little bit of tactical switch. See if they can catch the Strikers' defense napping a little bit. As Howard hits this drop kick, and this could be dangerous. Williams hits it off into Logue. Logue comes out with it. Tam. Stenberg's going to try and chip it forward. Didn't get much out of that one, and it'll go out for a goal kick. Starting to see a lot of franticness. You're seeing a lot of those blobs where those balls are just dropping into the air where 3 or 4 bodies are around it. And you're just seeing everybody chip at it and trying to see who can be that one coming out with it. As we're nearing the half-an-hour mark here in this game. No score between the Strikers and the Whitecaps in this under-15 boys final. Talbot going all the way back. And Bonsu was on some good forecheck, and that could have been dangerous. And Malilo is able to get to that one. Hits it off of Bonsu. It will be a London throw-in. But Malilo had to come out quickly to get to that ball just before the leg of Bonsu, who was stretched out wide to block that kick. Salvador goes backwards to Barani, who'll hit this one down the field. Oifuna puts this one back in. A little back and forth, and who's going to be the one to settle it? It will be Talbot. Tam trying to send this ball in forward, can't get to Williams, and Ferranato try to shield this one away, but Ferranato is going to be forced to play it. Hits it over to Adeyemo. Adeyemo into the middle for Bueno. Nice little touch between the two of them, and Adeyemo has some open space in front of him. Finds Bonsu. Bonsu try to get it back to Adeyemo, but it gets blocked there by Barani. Talbot, a little bit too casual there. Alemsej tries to take a shot, and it gets blocked. A little bit casual there coming in from Liam Talbot on the clearance, and Arcon's going to get called for that one. And he's going to have a word with the referee. The referee's just going to have a quick word with him as he's running away. Tell him to keep it down here. The tensions are starting to pick up now. Deep ball up, trying to get it over the head of Chudu. Not able to. And he finds his way now in for Bueno. Andriachi hits this one off of the back of Tam. Tam can't find it, but it finds its way over to Talbot. Talbot, nice little touch there. Gets it over now. Ladenchuk has it. Williams, back to Ladenchuk. Ladenchuk up for Logue. Logue takes a little bit of a tumble. Play continues though. Ferranato saying, what could I do here, ref? He's lying down in front of me. Talbot switches it over. Solomon thought a player was running in behind him. He realized there wasn't, and he'll collide with Arkan as it goes out for a throw-in. And Arkan is down onto the turf a little bit slow to get up as the referee's going to call over a couple players. There's Williams. Lemsage referee having a words with the two of them after it looks like something is happening between them in behind the play. Maybe words are being exchanged. As Marquis Kand is still down onto the turf after that collision with Solomon. With this Ontario Cup happening, commencing in May, you have the entire season format going on. A lot of games have been played for these two teams throughout this entire summer season. Starting to see maybe some of the fatigue coming up here from all the games being played here, and injuries a little bit more likely at this point of the season. As the training staff comes over to take a look at the injured player. Thank you to Ontario soccer partner Soccer Express for their first-class support. As Canada's premier dealer, Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit www.soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. That is soccerx.com. Just a reminder, we have one more game here later today. It's going to be at 5:30 p.m. between Durham United and GS United in the women's final. And that'll be the conclusion of the 4 games today. And we'll be back right at it tomorrow in more finals here with the under-17 finals and both the boys and the girls. And will be the men's final at 3 p.m. concluding the weekend's action here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. Throwing will be resumed here with a London throw. And it'll be going into the corner for Solomon. Solomon trying to cross this one through. Gets blocked by Obifuna. And they'll be hit down the field. Barani's going to shift over, and he gets to that ball first. Stenberg for his teammate right there. Not too sure what happened between the two of them. They put their arms up, maybe a little miscommunication, and that's going to allow the strikers to come the other way. Bonsu try to hit this one forward. He mishit that one, and that's going to allow Barani to settle it away. A little bit of a late whistle being called there. Referee wanted to see if London continued with the advantage, but it was a slide chuckle there from Alemsej, and he's going to be brought back for a free kick for the Whitecaps. London will resume play and play it short with Talbot. They'll play a 1-2, and he gets intercepted, and here comes Bonsu. Bonsu tries to hit this one forward. That gets blocked. Bueno coming in for some help, and Bueno's going to resume the attack. He can't get it by Barani. Bueno, once again, has a player down the left side. He's got Arcane coming in on the overlap as it's going to get looped in, but no one there as his ball finds its way to Adeyemo. Adeyemo still on top of the ball. Adeyemo still there. And finally, Barani will be able to hit it off of him. And the Whitecaps player, Salvador, takes a little bit of a tumble when he tried to clear it away, and that ball is going to roll out for a corner kick. El Salvador just lost his balance trying to clear that ball away from danger. This one hits off of a couple players, and it's going to be Adeyemo who got the final touch there. And it will be a goal kick as Woodbridge will be making another double substitution. IB is going to come back into the game. He's going to replace Bonsu. So Osayuki IB back in. He'll be going into the striker position. And the second player is Jaden Chudu. And Chudu is going to be the player coming off. And coming back on the field will be Richards. So Richards and IB back on for the strikers. As it's going to be put back into play by Melillo. Ball finds its way over to Andriachi. Adeyemo try to get it forward, and Ladinchuk can't get it up for Williams. He gets knocked down from behind his Ladinchuk, and he wins his team a free kick. It's going to be a physical game between these two teams, and it hasn't disappointed there. Govea, he's going to be on this set piece now. He has Ladinchuk on a short if he chooses to, but he's going to loop this one in. Trying to find Solomon, but can't get it by Oifuna. Stenberg controls it. Now pass this one over to Solomon. Solomon with a through ball in. Still loose. There's Williams. Williams trying to cross it, and that gets blocked by Farinato. And Farinato is able to clear it away. That ball almost went in perfectly in for Dondre Williams. Strikers trying to get over midfield, but there's Stenberg able to shut this one down and trying to get it up, and he's able to get to Williams. Williams knocked down there as he goes face down onto the turf, and it's going to be a free kick for the Whitecaps. Stenberg shutting down that counterattack. You're able to get it back to Williams, and Williams is just going to need a few seconds before getting back to his feet, it looks like. 38 minutes have been played so far in this under-15 Boys Ontario Cup final. No score between the Woodbridge Strikers and the London Youth Whitecaps. Action-filled game so far, though. This has the makings of what's going to be an exciting finish nonetheless. Played in by Tam. Trying to find Solomon. Second chance there. Solomon once again. He's inside there, but he's going to get called for a foul there as he had the hands up onto the back of the Woodbridge Strikers defender, and he'll be called for a push, and the play will be brought dead. Howard trying to play this one in quickly. He mishit that ball, though, and the Whitecaps resume with possession. Salvador in for Logue. Back goes for Stenberg. Stenberg trying to get in for Solomon, and Farinato just pokes that one aside. Solomon and Williams starting to get into the game a little bit here and starting to create themselves some chances on the attacking front as we have a double substitution now coming in for the London Youth Whitecaps. There's Caleb Young getting ready to get into the game, as well as Marco De Borba. So DeBorba will come in. He will replace Solomon. And Young, he's going to come into the game, and he's going to replace Diego Salvador. Able to play this one in for DeBorba. His first contribution, he gets knocked down. As soon as he kicks it, he hit it over the goal. He got knocked down, and that ball almost got through the other side. And it rolls all the way out, though, for a goal kick. But a nice introduction there for Marco DeBorba, getting a first opportunity running onto goal and just couldn't get by the jumping Ryan Howard. Howard's kick down the field. Gets his way over to Ibe. Ibe can't get it by Barani, who puts this one right back in for Tam. Tam brings it in up for Williams. Williams, good hustle coming in from him. He's able to get it away from Richards. And Williams will play down to the right side. There's Young. Young's going to do a low drive in there, and coming all the way back is the Strikers defense, and they'll clear it away first time after that cross coming in from Caleb Young. Young trying to throw this one in quickly. Throws it right to the foot of Arkan. And Arkan, though, can't control it in time, and he'll hit it right back out for another throw-in. This one goes into the corner. Stenberg tries to cross it. It gets blocked, but he does win his team another corner kick. And you got to think the Whitecaps have been having a lot more of the possession in the Strikers' half right now. And they're just trying to see if they can find a way through the Strikers' defense and treble the goal of Howard. This one's going to get looped in. Howard comes out of his goal. He punches this one right to the foot of Williams. He's going to leave it. There's a shot there. That hits off the crossbar. I think Howard got a piece of that one and makes a huge save onto Gouveia. Gouveia was able to get a touch onto that one, and Howard makes a beautiful save going up high and just got enough of that one to tip it onto the crossbar. Another corner kick for the Whitecaps. Coming out of his goal, punching it out again is Howard. As far as Tam this time. Tam with the looping shot. Saved. Rebound is loose, and Howard jumps on top of the loose ball. Good chances coming in tight for the Whitecaps off the corner kicks. 2 punches away for the goalkeeper. Finds his way into the top of the area. First time it was Gouveia. Howard makes the save, and this time it was Tam, and Howard once again has to make a huge crucial save, and he was able to pick up the loose ball on the second opportunity, and this game is still scoreless. Tam realizing his team is onto something here, yelling at his team to keep it going, keep communicating onto the field as Tam's going to hit this one up. Logue hits it up for DeBorba. DeBorba with it. Working up high, gets it knocked away from him, though, by Richards. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Whitecaps. Taking down the line. Trying to cross this one in with Stenberg. And it looks like he lost his footing, but it is going to be a corner kick once again for the Whitecaps. They're continuously finding ways to get themselves corner kicks. Talbot sent in those last 2 balls, trying to see if he can do it once again. Force Howard to come out of his goal and not be able to catch it, but punch this one away as they will force him out of position. Comes the ball from Talbot. The good ball in here. Finds his way, and there's a shot there. And fanning on it, though, was Young. Young was right there and just couldn't get enough of a foot onto that one. And Howard's going to hit this one first time for Ibe. Ibe, though, has Barani back there, and Barani puts this one back under pressure as you have a collision in midfield between Bueno and Talbot. Referee's going to say play on, though, as Arkan's going to carry this one in through on the left wing. Coming all the way over, though, is the defense for the Whitecaps to shut down that run. That was Young, and no more further for the Strikers. Arkan, back it goes now for Bueno. Bueno tries to switch this one over. Not a good ball, though, as it finds its way for Tam. And Tam wants to play this one first time, but can't get over the head of Farinato. Richards now in possession. Trying to deal with DeBorba. Hits it off of DeBorba, and it goes out for a throw. Going to have to take a look here from the fourth official here shortly on the added time left to go here in this first half. No score, though, still in the boys under 15 final between the London Youth Whitecaps and the Woodbridge Strikers. There's Williams. He's able to get that through ball in for Tam. As it's going to be 5 minutes of added time. So plenty of time still left to go here in this first half as Ibe, he's able to shake off the player. And it's a save, though, from Melillo. And Gouveia is absolutely frustrated. He felt like he got fouled there by Ibe as he shoved him, put the arm around him, got away from him, got a great opportunity. And Melillo just got the leg down, just got enough of that ball to steer that one aside for a corner kick. The Strikers are sending in 2 players in. They want to take this one quickly and in a short. They're able to get it in for Richards. Richards gets it in for Adeyemo. Adeyemo with a left-footed drive. Has a player coming in, that's Ferronato, and just too far away from him. And it'll go out for a goal kick. Good play coming in from Mosayuki Ibe, starting out that entire play. And Adeyemo with a great ball played in there. And just looped this one a little bit too far ahead. But Melillo, huge save coming in from the London keeper. Both goalies standing up tall here when they're needed most here in this Ontario Cup final, making crucial saves when they are needed the most. Gouveia hits this one off of Adeyemo, and it's going to be a throw-in once again. As we're in added time here, there's 5 minutes of added time left to go here in this first half. Ladenchuk down the line, tries to get it forward as Talbot hustles into the air. Adeyemo tries to hit it forward, and there's Barani there. Knew that Ibe was lurking in, taking no chances. Clears this one aside for a throw-in. And here he comes once again, Emmanuel Obifuna. Deep throws right here. You can almost say it's a corner kick, you can say, for the Strikers. There comes the throw, trying to find Ibe. Finds his way over to Arkan. He tries to get DeBorba, though, blocks it. Richards! Too much on that one as he fires that one over the goal. The crowd is appreciating the effort coming in from both these two teams. As Richards got all power onto that one. He got the entire foot, but fired it over the goal. There's a kick there from Melillo. No Whitecaps player was there, though. But Tam yelling at the team to step up, get a little bit tighter and closer to these Strikers players. Tam doing well there. Shields it away, but the referee says no, and it's going to continue here for Gouveia. Gouveia hits it off of Adeyemo, and this time the Whitecaps will win a throw-in deep in their own area. Ladenchuk takes this one. Could have looked like it could have been a foul throw-in, but the play is going to resume in here as Richards tries to sell this one. And Williams, though, gets it off of him, and Williams now carries it up for the Whitecaps. Logue, though, loses it in his footing, and Obifuna hits this one back up for Richards. Richards cuts it forward, is Abaglivo, and Abaglivo can't go any further. And shutting it down that run is Logue. Logue will pass it back up for Young, and Young hits it off of the Strikers player, and out for a throw-in. London player just getting told to move back here. As could get one more opportunity here in this first half as we're getting close towards the opening half break. Ladenchuk loops it in for Williams. Good touch from him. Williams leaves it back. There's a fake shot there. Tam trying to find Logue. That ball's bouncing back and forth, and Ferronato clears this one away. Young hustling all the way back. Good battle there with Ibe. The assistant referee right there says it just went past the touchline. Now Woodbridge trying to see if they can make it one more opportunity, trying to find that run of Ibe. Barani, though, able to get back. He's able to block that first opportunity. And they're going to try one more time with Obifuna. This time he's going to play it short up for Richards. Richards down the line. Trying to turn away was the strikers. Couldn't do so, and Barani boots this one down the field. Williams, though, wasn't ready for that one, as there goes the halftime whistle. And probably one of the more exciting 0-0 ties you can imagine here in the under-15 boys Ontario Cup Finals. It is no score between the London Youth Whitecaps and the Woodbridge Strikers. This has been Martin Ohms here with the play-by-play. We're going to go towards our halftime break. Don't go anywhere here, folks. Second half action coming up next.
All paths will lead to Southern Ontario in the spring of 2019. From March 1st to 3rd, London will play host to the Ontario Soccer Summit. Tickets for your personal and professional growth go on sale November 1st, and with it, a whole roster of 2019 speakers. This is your chance to further the development in your game and further it in ours. This is your chance to discover, develop, and excel.
I want to ask you, what is it you want to do?
Yeah.
So you've been working on some things in the community, youth focused, and still in its infancy, so I won't put you on the spot too much, but just sort of tell us what your goals are there in trying to reach out to the soccer community as a whole, and what you're looking for there.
Well, I want to see this game develop in Canada. I think we have a unique opportunity, and the time is now with the World Cup coming here in 2026 to really take this game to the next level. I've saw enough movements, whether it be with television numbers or participation or excellence coming out of the Greater Toronto area and indeed the entire country of Canada, to make me think that this is where it's happening and this is it now, and I want to be part of that. Because everybody wants to be part of something special, and I'm exactly the same, and I think something special is happening right now, and I have a great passion for community. I love being out there and meeting people and using the skills that I have as a person, or I had as a soccer player, which to me, I was always a captain. I have leadership skills. I have attributes that can make a difference to a kid or to a team or to any organisation, and I just want to figure that out. I think that we're on the right path, but there's many ways that we can improve our elite pathways. I want to see the 5 lads that make it into that team for the 2026 World Cup, or I know maybe the 19 Women's World Cup's probably coming a bit soon, but the 2023 next Women's World Cup, there's fantastic participation, boys and girls, in this province, and we have a lot of talent, and I just think there's some areas that we need to tweak a little bit to maximise that talent.
Ontario Ontario Soccer is redefining the way that a sports organization should engage with its partners.
It is a privilege to work with Ontario Soccer.
I think it's very exciting times for Ontario Soccer.
Ontario Soccer has been a great partner.
Their value system is a great alignment with the Gatorade brand.
Partnership is truly a give and take, and mostly it starts with giving, and that's why they've been such great partners.
What really makes us different is our reach, our relevance, and our resources. In terms of reach, we're connecting with almost 1 million Ontarians that are passionately connected with the game of soccer as players, as coaches, as match officials, and as volunteers.
The organization is growing so rapidly, and just the fan base.
The leadership, the teamwork, the communication skills.
The representation, and just the people in general.
We work with a number of UEFA federations back in Europe. We work with the NSCAA in America, working with Ontario Soccer. Really gives us, significant credibility across Canada.
The relevance really speaks to how we connect with the grassroots and all the people that are playing and consuming the game of soccer.
Ontario Soccer obviously provide a platform for kids to play soccer, which is, the numbers are huge, and the sort of excitement and the enthusiasm for the game is absolutely massive.
They are engaged with 650 plus clubs, academies, and regions across the province, and it helps us immensely to reach our target demographic.
The game of soccer evolves, and you have to evolve with it or you'll be left behind, and I think Ontario Soccer is at the forefront of youth development and grassroots soccer.
The resources is really summarized by our market-leading talent that we have as part of our Ontario Soccer team, but also the bricks and mortar that is really exemplary with our Ontario Soccer Centre that truly acts as the pinnacle of the game across Ontario.
Their team really is best in class at understanding our brand and really ideating around how we can come together to collaboratively elevate the athlete experience.
For us, one of the other things that was key was the relationship that we've had with Bjorn Osiek. Bjorn was a customer in the past. He's a great ambassador to our company, and he's also a close friend.
And all this together really makes us the ideal partner for anyone wanting to play in the soccer space.
So what does a coach look like who's sort of doing the right things, and what does a coach look like who's maybe not doing necessarily the right things to keep those kids in the game?
The coach that has the connection or relationship to the players and understands them aside from the X's and the O's, the technical, the tactical, all that stuff, those are the ones that are going to have players continue to come back. It's not always about, reaching a national team or playing for a scholarship. Very few players get that opportunity. We have a big base, so it's about, giving players the opportunity, if they want to get there someday, to be in the environment to get there, but also giving them the opportunity just to play soccer for life. And I think that, you look and ask the number one reason why players stop playing, it's not fun. And why is it not fun? Because they generally don't like their coach. They might not like behaviors. There's something about it that we have in our own control that has basically turned them off, for the large part.
So what would that be? What would be something that would turn someone off?
Not enjoying a practice. The traditional getting there and working on fitness and not touching a soccer ball for the first 20 minutes of a practice. Kids love to play. Joystick coaching on a sideline. Players play, coaches coach. We should do our coaching in the training sessions, on the sideline with the players, let the players on the field play. Yes, you want to give some instruction on certain things, but you hear those coaches running up and down the sideline, screaming and yelling instructions, and players, as a player, I used to hate it. As a coach, I hate it even more. I think for us, it's giving those simple things, eliminate some of those, and that'll make a big difference.
Week in and week out, League One Ontario is where the best players in Ontario run their game. Over the last 4 years, more than 100 athletes have moved on to pro clubs locally and abroad. Hundreds more have found opportunities across North America with post-secondary scholarships. With 13 teams in the women's division and 17 in the men's, there is a Pro-Am squad in your area looking for the next star in the making. League One Ontario, where the next generation of stars plays today.
And welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre for second half action in the boys under 15 Ontario Cup final between the Woodbridge Strikers and the London Youth Whitecaps. No score between the two teams after the first half, but there were definitely chances for both sides going forward as the London Youth Whitecaps carry the ball forward. There's a shot coming in from distance from DeAndre Williams from the Whitecaps. The teams have switched sides. So in the whites, going from your left to your right on your screens back at home, are the Whitecaps. And in the blues are the Strikers going from your right to your left. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Martin Ohms here. Thank you guys, everyone who's tuned in for this match. The third of 4 games here today, as we had a kick there from Howard trying to get over the head of De Borba. Couldn't do so. But Arcand, who was getting some medical attention during the halftime break, he's back on the field of play, so hopefully he's going to be okay, as it's going to be the Strikers trying to carry it forward onto the right side for Adeyemo, but a little bit too strong away from him, and it's going to be a Whitecaps throw. Couple opportunities for both teams. Huge saves coming in from Howard and Melillo on some opportunities. The closest chance you could possibly say was an offside being called back, as Fernato got a deflection off of a cross, put it home, but he was called offside, so the goal was called back for the Strikers. And it was a huge crossbar opportunity off from the shot coming in from Gouveia. Howard got enough of that one, tipped it onto the bar, and no one was able to put it home for the Whitecaps, as we have a ball played in through on the left side for Arcand. Arcand's able to loop this one in, and he scores! Out of almost nowhere, it's Marquis Arcand scoring for the Strikers, as it looked like it was going to be a cross, and he loops it over Melillo's hands into the bottom corner, and it's going to be something like that that's going to be a goal, as he loops this one over the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Nothing Melillo can do in goal, as he watches this one float over him and into the net, and it's 1-0 for the Woodbridge Strikers, and is the left back Marquis Arcand with the goal. And that's a great way to start out this second half. And just 1 minute into the second half, it is 1-0 for the Strikers, as we have an injured player down on the field of play. Adeyemo went down to the turf after the celebrations. Not too sure if he hurt himself on the celebrations or not, but it looks like he's holding on to his wrist, it looks like, as we'll have a few seconds to take a look at the injured player. But almost out of nothing. Through ball was played in for Arcand. I think Arcand was trying to play in a cross, and he just looped that one perfectly over the goalkeeper, Melillo, and it dropped at the last possible second into that back corner of the net. And yeah, Adeyemo is looking at his wrist. He's going to come off as a substitute. And Di Vittorio, we saw picked up an ankle injury. He's going to come back onto the game. So Di Vittorio back into the game. Adeyemo is out, but it is the Strikers who lead 1-0 here, as the play will get resumed here, as Williams will give the ball right back to Howard in goal. Deep boot down the field. Barani has this is forward for Talbot. Logue trying to see if he can turn around there. He has arms all over the back of him. And then the referee, Stephen Kassar, will notice that one, and he'll blow the play dead for a free kick, as this one gets nicely turned in by De Borba. De Borba's onto the edge of the penalty area. Now looking for some support is De Borba. He's going to play it into the corner for Young. Young's going to try and cross this one in. Hits it off of the back of the head, though, of the Woodbridge player, and it's going to go out for a corner kick. And this is where the Whitecaps have created majority of their opportunities. It is off these corner kicks, and playing some good set-piece plays has been Liam Talbot, and he's going to be looked at here again to try and see if he can create an opportunity for the Whitecaps, who are down by 1. Comes that ball from Talbot. Getting to it first, though, was the Strikers' defense. And Young, though, can't control this one. But Ladenchuk is able to put this one back in. Coming out of his goal will be Howard, and he gets it before Williams can. No trouble for him. And the pressure will be shut down as Ferranato plays it through on the right side, and carrying forward is Di Vittorio. Ibe, though, loses the footing on that one, and that shuts that out. And no more run there from Ibe, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Whitecaps. It's Woodbridge Strikers team leading the way in the CSL division, been unstoppable so far this season. And in the Ontario Cup, went through their group stage, having to go to penalty kicks in their semifinal against Milton. But they have survived, and they're currently leading this boys under 15 final, where the London Whitecaps had to go through a qualification knockout round against Caledon before going through the group stage, and then the quarterfinal win and a big win against Futsal Club in their semifinals. Gets forward, and this one plays it forward for IB, and he gets too much onto that one as it gets cleared over the bar. Richards playing a great ball into the area, and if sliding in there was IB, all to play for, and he just got too much of that one, and it flies over the goal for a goal kick. But London beat Oakville in the quarters, and then Futsal Club Toronto in that semifinals, and they got them here into this finals position. They've been representing and been one of the top teams in the WRSL so far this season. Chudu carrying this ball forward. Going all the way back, though, is Gouveia, as it's going to be a switch here, but it gets intercepted by Malilo as Richards trying to carry this one forward. Young, though, forces that one out of play. As it's going to be a throw-in here, and it's Obi Funa. We've seen his throw-ins all first half. Almost like a corner kick. And he's going to be looking to throw this one in and see if he can create himself an opportunity to get themselves that second goal. Here comes the throw going in towards the near post. There's Talbot, though. He gets the first head on that one, and Logue is able to shut it down. Nothing going there for the Strikers. DeBorba doing well. He gets back and hustles into it, and it's going to hit off of his leg last, though, as he tried to boot this one down the field. Trying to rush the throw-in taken there as Barani hits this one forward. Tam out for DeBorba. DeBorba able to hold on to his footing. Does DeBorba. Well done from him as he gets the ball off for Williams. Williams trying to send it back in for Logue, but that pass was a little bit too strong. And Howard is going to wait a few seconds before picking up that ball into his hands. Young out for Talbot. DeBorba, he's been a great influential substitution for the Whitecaps. Trying to find Tam onto the pass. That gets blocked, and it finds his way back in for Talbot. Young down the line for DeBorba once again. DeBorba going against Arkan. He's able to turn away from it. He's trying to pass into the middle of the area, and a little bit of a knock onto the back there onto Stenberg, as the Whitecaps, though, are able to resume possession with Gouveia. Tam maybe one little touch too much, though. Trying to find someone to pass to, and he forces a turnover. And Di Vittorio, though, just oversteps that run. And Tam, though, is able to get back and get into position. And the London fans not happy with Di Vittorio there, going right onto the back of their players. Williams trying to turn away. He gets knocked down in the back. And Alemsej has to be careful. This is about his fourth or fifth foul, I think, in this game. And he's got to be careful before entering the book here. Just one player has gotten a yellow card. That is Bueno, the central midfielder for the Strikers. As mishitting that pass there was Richards, as this one gets played in for Arkan. Arkan try to keep this one in along the touchline. Just rolls it over the line. And it goes out for throw-in. Young down the line. DeBorba trying to hit this one in forward. But he's able to get its way into Stenberg. Chudu comes sliding then though, and Richards going to play a through ball in for IB. This could be dangerous. IB touch saved as Melillo gets nicely to his left and makes a huge diving save. Richards with a great ball in for IB, and IB just poked this one aside, and an advantage getting called here as Williams is going to carry it forward. Williams keep going forward, and now will be another fouled in, and there's going to be called back in here for a free kick for DeAndre Williams. And again, it was a Lemsedge once again with the foul. And I got to say, he's extremely lucky if the referee doesn't call him over and enter his book. Two players are lining up here for the Whitecaps. Looks like they're trying to see if they can play a little bit of trickery onto Ryan Howard in goal, trying to make sure that he doesn't see that ball getting released right away. They're going to move over, low drive in, but it won't get, it managed to get through the wall, but not enough power in there, and that gave enough time for Howard to get over to his left and make the catch. Di Vittorio gets it in forward and intercepted though by Gouveia. Here comes the Whitecaps coming in on a counterattack, passes it off to Williams. Williams carrying this one forward. Williams going to his right. Williams still with it, touches it, saved by Obifuna. That got through the goaltender, but Obifuna got back and it made a crucial block, but a great run coming in from DeAndre Williams. DeBorba in for Young. Young, though, can't get that cross in, and now here comes IB hustling through the other way, battling with Barani, and Barani gets the ball in there, and he slides and takes that ball away. Here comes a substitution, though, coming in for the Strikers. And it looks like IB is holding onto his wrist as well. This is about the second or third wrist I've seen a player holding onto today. At Ayemo, one player looking at it for Arkan had to get his wrist taped in during the halftime break, and now IB's getting his wrist taken a look at as Bonsu will come in for IB on a substitution. And the Strikers will go back as here comes a shot there from Chudu right to Melillo in goal, and he'll be able to make the save. 57 minutes have been played, 1-0. On a 46th minute goal coming in from Marquis. Arkan, though, on the left back position, leads the Strikers over the Whitecaps. Young going in down the line as it gets intercepted. And here comes the goal scorer here. Arkan with the run down here on the left flank. Arkan, though, tries to take a cross and takes a little bit of a stumble. And he missed the ball there, and the ball hits off of his back as it's going to be a London throw-in. And now they're going to make a substitution as Richard Solomon will come back into the game. He's going to replace Marco DeBorba. So back into the natural starting positions for the Whitecaps on the field. As Solomon will try and see if he can make his impact onto this game. Bueno can't get it by Stenberg, as Logue is going to give this one off for Talbot. Talbot passes off here for Tam. Tam has a couple options going forward, and he's going to cut it back inside. Gives it off now to Logue. Logue trying to chip this one in forward. Can't get it by the Woodbridge defense, but Logue gets that ball right back. Logue still with it. Goes it back for Stenberg, and Stenberg mishit that one a little bit too strong. And Howard will be able to collect the loose ball. High boot coming in from the Strikers keeper. And getting to it first was Ladenchuk. It's a forward to Solomon, and Solomon tries to get forward, but sliding all the way over was Farinato, who is able to boot this one high in the air. And Arkan keeps this one into the field of play. Probably didn't realize he had time, though. And he was forced to play. Obifuna, though, can't keep it in play. And it goes for another Whitecaps corner kick If you can believe it, though, the Whitecaps have been having a numerous amount of corner kicks, and it's only a matter of time if they continue to get these opportunities to see if they can put this one in. Here comes Talbot onto the kick. Yeah, Nobifuna is able to get to the header on that one, and he's going to chase after his own one and put some pressure onto the back of Talbot. Talbot, though, trying to turn away, runs out of space, and Nobifuna throws this one back in. Trying to get to the foot of Bonsu, can't find him, and Young, Talbot. Gouveia does well, and they avoid that oncoming attack as it's going to be Stenberg. Pass it off to Talbot, and as the Whitecaps will try to send it up the field. This ball will find its way into the corner. Arkan is there. As Arkan, though, gets a hit off of Les. He tried to hit it off of the London player, but the ball bounced right back off of him and out for a London throw. Just a reminder, we have the Women's Ontario Cup Final following this match at 5:30 p.m. Durham United goes against GS United, and what will be a thrilling match. As Young gets an opportunity to play this one in, there's a player falling down in the box, Solomon, and he's a little bit slow to get up. As here comes the Strikers now coming the other way, but Bueno couldn't get it forward. Barani plays it back and forth with his keeper there as it gets into the midfield for Stenberg. Stenberg up for Tam. Tam has Ladenchuk coming in behind him. Tam, though, loses the ball on his footing, and Di Vittorio had an opportunity to make him pay but wasn't able to capitalize. Can't keep it in play over on the far side. Was the Whitecaps, and this will allow an opportunity. Another substitution coming in for the Strikers. And it's going to be Shishiwaka coming in. We saw a brief appearance coming in from him. He's going to come back into the game. I like what the Strikers are doing. They have so many options up top. Keep rotating and constantly switching the players there. Keeping some fresh legs out there, and Shishiwaka will come in for Di Vittorio. And he'll fill in onto the right wing position. Here come the Whitecaps now coming the other way. Williams does well. And he's going to try and carry forward. And a foot coming in there was from Chudu. That looked like it was all ball there. The referee saying that as the play will resume here. As Barani gets the play away there from Chudu. As Williams is down on the field of turf. And the Whitecaps are just going to hit this one out of play. As Williams is going to need a second just to walk this one off. The Whitecaps hit this one out just to make sure they have their injured player is okay. And Williams is going to jog this one off. And London's upset there because they hit the ball out of play, and it's going to go for a corner kick. And London is fresher in it because they hit the ball out to deal with an injured player here. And they felt that Woodbridge should have given the ball right back to them. Woodbridge didn't agree so, and it's going to end up with a corner kick opportunity here for the Strikers. No love lost between these two teams now, I feel. Here comes the corner kick played in by Richards. This one's going to be dangerous. A nice catch coming in from Malilo, and he's able to get up high with two strong hands, able to get it. And he's not happy there. As this one's going to be called in back for Farinato. He's going to have a word with him as the referee Casar saw Farinato stepped right in front of goalkeeper Malilo as he tried to go on a quick opportunity coming the other way. As as it looks like the play's just going to resume here with a free kick for the Whitecaps. Coach Logue is still upset about the lack of sportsmanship, but so the fourth official is having to have a word with him, but play will resume here with a free kick here as Barani tried to play it forward, can't get it, find anyone, and now it is Richards. Richards hustling through on the left side. Solomon, though, pushes him down, and it's going to be a free kick for the Strikers. After scoring the goal, the Strikers have done a great job just slowing down this pace. You saw a lot of back and forth play going in, but the Strikers are starting to get a little bit more of a control onto this game as it progresses here as we're nearing the 65th minute mark. Still plenty of time, though, in this 1-0 game in this boys under 15 Ontario Cup final. Players are lined up towards the far post for Bueno. Bueno's going to loop this one in, and it finds its way into the goal! I don't think anybody touched that! And it goes directly into the goal, and Santiago Bueno has doubled the lead here for the Strikers, as that's what happens when you play in a good ball into the area. Everybody goes for it, and it somehow just keeps on going through the other side and into the net, and Bueno gets the goal for the Strikers off the free kick. Nobody touched that one as the goalie Melilo saw 2 or 3 jerseys coming at him, thought one of the Strikers players was going to touch it and missed everybody, but it bounces away into the bottom corner. And Solomon's going to see if he can respond, and Solomon responds himself! Did you blink? You might have missed it! And Richard Solomon comes right back at it. He gets a goal for the Whitecaps. And that's a perfect response for the London Youth Whitecaps, as right away off the kickoff, Solomon gets it forward, sees Howard coming out of his goal, and Solomon chips it over him and past it. And it's 2-1 here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. And Richard Solomon doing it all himself there. Beautiful play, touches it by the defense, and a nice touch past the goalkeeper as we have another opportunity coming the other way, and this time it's Shishiwaka into the corner. Can this get any crazier? As Shishiwaka tries to cross this one in. He gets the first opportunity block. Second opportunity, a diving block there from Barani, blocks this one out, and it's just going to be a throw-in for the Strikers. But one way, Bueno scores off of the free kick, gets it through. Strikers blinked a little bit there as the Whitecaps came right back at them right off the kickoff. And it was Solomon who got on to the end of that one. And for someone who's scored 15 goals so far this season for the Whitecaps, he's never going to miss an opportunity like that as he gets it by Howard, who is out of his goal, and into the open net, and it's 2-1. Richards wins his team a throw-in deep into Whitecaps territory. And here comes Owifuna jogging all the way over to take. Those signature long throw-ins coming in from the center back. There's that deep throw going over towards the far post. Brought down by Shishiwaka, but it gets cleared away by Stenberg. Williams not able to turn away. He's looking at the referee saying, my jersey's getting pulled here. But play's going to resume here with Chudu. Chudu's going to try and work his way in through. He slips onto the ball there from Young. I agree with no call there. He slipped on the ball there. And it's going to go out for, is it a corner kick or a goal kick? And it's going to be a goal kick at the end of the day here. Experts in the field of youth concussion, Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital have formed a collaboration with Ontario Soccer. This partnership will improve concussion awareness and education to ensure the improved safety of youth soccer players across the province. To learn more about the services at the Holland Bloorview Concussion Center, please visit hollandbloorview.ca/concussion. As we have a substitution coming in for the Whitecaps, coming off the field of play was Caleb Young, and Mathis Nemadou is the player who's brought onto the field to play. So Nemadu in for Young now for the Whitecaps, as there's a hard shove in from behind by Farinato, and it's going to be a free kick for the Whitecaps. Check that was Andriachi. As Tam is making sure he gets space. As it's going to be a yellow card now issued to Bonsu, not giving enough space off from this free kick. Was warned once from the referee to step back. He didn't move, so the referee goes into the book and gives him the yellow card. So play will resume, though, with a free kick right at midfield for Brendan Tam. Brandon Tam with his kick loops this one in forward as Solomon tried to get onto that one. Still loose, and Andriachi is finally able to boot this one down the field. Talbot going all the way back to Barani. Barani hits this one forward for Williams. Looks like Williams is going to be okay after that earlier knock. Williams telling the players around him, got to move a little bit, guys, as he tried to find someone to pass that ball into. Logue, though, can't control that one, and Elbifuna is able to hit this one down the field. Chudu trying to get onto the run of Richards as Nemadu hits this one back in for Malilo, and he'll boot this one right down the field of play for Williams as the Whitecaps trying to go the other way now. Williams shaking off of the two players off of him as he passes this one off here for Stenberg. Stenberg has Nemadu running behind him, and he'll get that pass. Stenberg gets it taken away from him as Chudu read that one. He's going to play this one in for Bonsu. And Bonsu going one-on-one against the Whitecaps defense. He cuts back, gets through, leaves this one forward for Bueno, who mishit that one. And that could have definitely been a huge one there for Bueno, as Bonsu did a great job coming into the corner. Send a cross, and Bueno had it set up perfectly for him, but he just hit it off of the toe. Play's going to resume here, though. 19-plus minutes left to go here in this match. The Woodbridge Strikers lead the London Youth Whitecaps 2-1. Solomon trying to lead this one for Stenberg. Nice move coming in from Stenberg, but a sliding challenge from Alemsaj just tries to shut down that run. He's not able to continue to go forward as it goes back to Ladenchuk. Ladenchuk's going to try and carry it himself into the corner. He's able to hold down his footing, and he passes this one backwards for Tam. Tam crosses this one in as neither white jersey was able to get to that one, and Howard has his time to come out and grab that ball. Deep boot up the field, and Barani tries to head this one forward. It finds its way down for Richards for the Strikers. Solomon coming, hustling all the way back, though. Kicks it away from him, and out for a throw-in. Looks like Richards a little bit slow to get up of that one, as we're going to have a substitution coming in here. It's Adeyemo, and he's got his wrist taped up now, and he's going to replace Edward Bonsu. So Bonsu is off the field to play. Adeyemo's back on with the taped right wrist. So he's good. Arcan's got the taped right wrist, and now Adeyemo has got the taped right wrist. And if they win this game, they might start doing superstitious things to think that they need to tape those right wrists from now on. Richards is able to get to his feet. He's going to walk this one off, and play's going to resume here with a throw-in down the line for Adeyemo, who just came on the field. And smart play there from Barani. Barani, I thought, hit this one off the Strikers player, but it unfortunately hit off of his own player. And a value of angles here as it'll go out for a corner kick. Richards taking his time before coming over to take this one. As a late run, Adeyemo trying to stand on top of goalkeeper Malilo, trying to see if he can get up into his areas. Malilo tried to go for the punch. He missed it, comes out the other side. Still loose there. A couple blocks there coming in from Ladenchuk. And Ladenchuk stands up strong, making two huge blocks and up tight, as either of those could have driven towards the goal. Ladenchuk here on the throw-in. Fakes a throw-in. He's trying to get this teammate down the line. Now he's going to play as Williams gets a bump onto the back. That's an easy call for the referee. And hustling to get back into position are the Strikers' defense. Tam's going to fake long and play this one in short for Barani. Barani trying to force it up to the middle, and the ball finds its way all the way to Stenberg. Stenberg hits it back in for Tam. Stenberg trying to find Ladenchuk, who was making the run, but that got blocked there by Shishiwaka. Shishiwaka gets to it, and he's going to leave for Chudu. Chudu down the left side trying to get to Rogers, and there's Nemadu sliding in there, preventing that pass. Bueno for Arkan. He got the action started away with a goal in the opening minute of the second half as he tried to hustle that ball forward. He can't get it forward. Logue battling hard with Farinato, and it's going to be Farinato who comes out with that. Bueno down over to the right side. Shishiwaka, he gets knocked down. And referee's just going to allow play to continue between these two teams. They just give each other some high fives and continue playing out here are these two teams. The one goes down the line for Adeyemo. Adeyemo goes down onto the turf. He's looking for a call there from the assistant referee. The referee keeps the flag down, though, and play is going to resume in here for the Strikers. Bueno chips this one forward for Adeyemo into the right corner. Adeyemo bringing this one in, try to cross it in. That takes a block there, and Barani is able to settle this one out for Ladenchuk as the Whitecaps are going to try and carry this ball up. There's a pass up forward for Williams. Williams, his pass gets blocked, and it's going to be offside going against the Strikers as Adeyemo was in behind the players, came from an offside to an onside position before playing that ball, and that's going to be brought back for a free kick. 14 minutes left to go here, plus added time in this under-15 Boys Ontario Cup final. The Woodbridge Strikers lead the London Youth Whitecaps 2-1 here, and what's been a very exhilarating final between these two teams as Solomon has that ball. He's got a player running in behind him. He's going to carry this ball more towards the middle of the field. There's the pass in for Ladenchuk. Ladenchuk does well to get away from his players. Ladenchuk tried to pass it off to Williams, couldn't find him, and now Ladenchuk's out of position, and that's going to allow the Strikers to get it forward, but they're not able to make use of it as Gouveia is able to intercept. Chudu. He gets that ball around midfield. He's got space in front of him. He's going to carry this ball up. Talbot's trying to run back. He gets the pass up for Adeyemo. And I think Adeyemo was expecting Chudu to continue to carry that one as he just couldn't slow down his run enough to get a shot onto goal. Ball gets played up and by Gouveia. The ball is going to continue to bounce here, and Williams is going to be able to settle. Williams trying to get away from his players, trying to see if he can find some help, and he can't find Ladenchuk, and Williams goes right down onto the turf. Maybe that earlier knock from his injury still bothering him, and he's trying to stretch it out. Maybe it's a cramp. Not sure what it is, but Williams is just stretching out, looks like the calf area, and the referee just going to make sure he's okay, and Williams is going to hustle this out, and that's what you do for an Ontario Cup final. Whenever you got left here, you give it, and that is what Dondre Williams is doing for his team. Play is going to resume here for the Whitecaps as this ball is going to go all the way back to Melillo in goal. He's going to boot this one first time down the field, and it's going to follow its way down for Talbot. Talbot's going to try and play a through ball in for Solomon, and Solomon, though, can't get to that one as Farinato's going to now carry this ball up. Nemadu battling with Richards. Going to hit off of Nemadu last, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Strikers. That's going to be a substitution coming out here for Woodbridge Strikers as Di Vittorio comes back into the game. And it's going to be Abolivo as well coming back into the game. They're going to replace Richards and Adeyemo. So Di Vittorio is going to go up now into the striker position. We haven't seen him there today, so he'll be up there leading the strikers' front line. And Abaglivo is going to go over here on this left wing. As that throw-in, trying to find Di Vittorio. And if you can believe it, that throw-in still goes over his head and out for a goal kick. That's some strong throw-in taking. Malilo, he's going to play this one in short. Gouveia. In for Talbot. He's able to turn. He sees a run coming in. Great run coming in from Logan. He's going to play that ball up for him. Logue did a great run to create himself some space. Pass it back for Talbot. Talbot trying to get it down to the right side for Nemadou. And unfortunately, Nemadou's not able to continue his run going forward as it's going to hit it off of him. And out for a goal kick. Seeing a London player getting warmed up here on the sidelines, getting ready to get into the game. You got to look at maybe taking a defensive player off, putting an offensive player as you're down 2-1 here with just under 10 minutes left to go. You got to be fighting to get that tying goal. Nemadou, pass this one backward. Gouveia, Barani, Talbot. And Gouveia hits this one back up the field. First time Williams is able to get the flick on, and Solomon's going to give chase as the strikers are under some pressure in the area. Tam has that ball into the corner. Coming over to help is Shishiwaka. And they are not able to take it off of him. And a second chance there is able to boot it down the field. Barani able to get that pass off. Nice little move in the midfield. And it passes this one off to the left side. There's Solomon. Solomon gets a shot there. Gets blocked. Still loose. And a player gets brought down in the box. But nothing. As the Woodbridge strikers are able to clear it away from danger. And there was a couple of players in tight. I think it was Tam, Solomon, and Williams. And Barani's going to shut down a counterattack opportunity. Not too sure who it was. I think it was Logue who tried to get around the goalkeeper there. Fell down as Howard got to the ball onto that one, and that shut down that offensive opportunity for the Whitecaps, as that was the great chance that they needed. As here come the Whitecaps getting ready to put in a substitution. Niegovin is getting ready to come into the game. As Bueno's going to come in with a throw, headed away by Barani. Logue. Talbot trying to pass it up for Williams. Arcon, though, is able to intercept. It's up for Di Vittorio. He's not able to do anything, but here comes Chudu. He can, as he's got a ball down to the right side. Shishiwaka! Goal! And that could do it right there, as a great ball played in by Jaden Chudu finds the player coming in on the right side. That was Nathan Shishiwaka, and he's able to put that one in home. And it's 3-1 for the Woodbridge Strikers over to the London Youth Whitecaps, and that might be the clinching goal that they needed. As this beautiful ball play, and Shishiwaka takes the time and the pace to put that ball down, control it, and put it home, as it's 3-1. In this final, as the Whitecaps will make a substitution after the goal. Nemadou is the player coming off the field, and Niegovin is the player coming on, and he's going to get an opportunity right here as Niegovin, as he's going to continue with the ball here on the right side for Talbot. Arcon kicks that one away, and it's going to be a throw-in going against the Whitecaps. The assistant referee said it deflected off of the Whitecaps player right by the corner. This one goes down the line, so Nathan Shishiwaka got that third goal for the Strikers, and he's going to work together with Bueno to try and go up the field. There's a little push onto the back there by Gouveia. He's going to get called for that one. And it's going to be a free kick for the Strikers. They're going to take this one in quickly. Trying to find that player, and that is Shishiwaka once again. That ball's still loose, and Malilo still bouncing on it. And the play will be blown dead for a foul. And there's some action going in behind the play here. Ladinchuk is having some words here with one of the players. That is Shishiwaka, and Di Vittorio is going to get called over by the referee. So we'll have to see what is the final cause. Maybe some cards given out to both players on both teams. So it'll be Ladinchuk and Di Vittorio. And this, I'm not sure if Shishiwaka as well. If it's going to all three or just going to two of them. And it's going to all three of them. And Di Vittorio picks up a yellow card, as does Shishiwaka. And Ladinchuk picks up the first yellow card for the Whitecaps. So 3 yellow cards given in that sequence of plays. And we're back underway here, just 5 minutes plus at a time here in this final, as this one's going to get played up for Williams. Williams is going to try and give chase. He's going to hustle, but can't get by the large frame of Obifuna, as it's going to roll out for a goal kick. The Woodbridge Strikers fan base getting loud in here, as they're starting to notice that time is ticking down, as they're that close. As this one's going to fall its way in for Arkan. Arkan, though, can't control that one. He apologizes to his team right after that one. As it's going to be a throw-in for the Whitecaps for Talbot. Liam Talbot's played a great game in that central midfield position for his team as he throws it down the line, taken away from him, and it's another throw-in, this one right by the corner now. Talbot trying to find someone to throw to. Now he's going to be forced to go all the way backwards. Gavea plays this one in, and it's going to be offside going against Niegovin, and he was in an offside position, looks like, in behind, and unfortunately that's an opportunity missed there for the Whitecaps. This one's going to get played down here, and here comes Arkan. He made a run all the way down the line. He's going to take a long touch and chase. Arkan, long ball in. Shishiwaka can't redirect it onto goal. Good ball and good run coming in from Marquis Arkan to set off that opportunity. And unfortunately, not able to redirect that one onto goal was Shishiwaka. Malilo hits this one down the field. Niegovin can't control it as it goes all the way back for Talbot. Barani trying to force this one out in the middle of the field. Chudu, he set up that third goal. Gets it taken away from him, though, by Niegovin. And Williams gets a call as Fernato had the arms onto the back of him, as this one's going to get brought back for a free kick. And the referee's just going to have a quick word onto Arkan saying leave the ball there. Talbot's going to be here on the set piece. This could be the crucial moment they need if they want to get back in this game. If they score here, they still have plenty of time. Here comes that ball from Talbot. Headed away by Bueno. Back it goes for Talbot. Second opportunity. Blocked once again from Bueno. Good hustle coming in from number 10. And he gives up a foul, though, after all that hustle. And he gives the ball right back to the Whitecaps, however, with a free kick. And it's going to be this time, it's going to be Brandon Tam onto the ball here. Tam, he's going to loop this one in. Still bouncing it around. Just finds his way in through, and it goes out for a goal kick. I saw players like Barani right up tight, but no one was able to pull the trigger on that ball played in by Tam. That was a very good ball played in. I'm very surprised nobody was able to get to the end of that one. Deep kick down the field by Howard. Shishiwaka trying to hit it forward, and Ladinchuk able to shake off of him and win a free kick. As it's going to play it in short and quickly to Barani. Barani's going to try and hit this one forward for Solomon. Solomon's going to give chase, but it's going to roll all the way out, and Farinata's just going to watch this one roll out of play for a goal kick. Just a reminder, we have the women's final coming up after this. Durham United going against GS United, and what should be a very exciting game in the Women's Ontario Cup final. Tomorrow will be the under-17 boys and girls final, as well as the men's final to finish off the day. And what's been an exciting Ontario Cup final day so far here at the Ontario Soccer Center. Zarkan's coming in with a ton of pace. He's battling with Gouveia, and it's going to be a free kick going against him, as Gouveia wasn't letting Arkan get back on the field to play to continue his run. As we're going to have the indication of 5 minutes of added time left to go here. Still plenty of time for the Whitecaps. 5 minutes of added time left to go here in the second half from the fourth official. Comes that ball played in from Bueno. This time Malilo is able to get out of his goal, and he catches that ball. And he's going to throw this one out quickly. Negovin doesn't get a good pass off in for Tam, though, and that's going to shut down any opportunity for London to get forward. Here comes the through ball in on the right side. Di Vittorio just misses the near side as he tried to go near side onto the goal of Malilo. Couldn't find it as he just hit that one wide, as we're going to have a late substitution coming in for the strikers. Adeyemo coming back into the game once again, and he's going to replace Di Vittorio, who just had that opportunity onto goal. Here comes the ball played in, and one in the air by Chudu. Gouveia under some pressure. He's going to try and hit this one through. He's able to find the foot of Talbot. Talbot can't find Logue, but Logue holds his footing, and he's able to get it forward. He gets knocked down behind, but play will continue here for Williams. Switched it over to Ladenchuk. He's trying to control it. Ladenchuk, though, put the arms out to try to push onto Shishawaka. He gets called, and the strikers choose to play this one quickly. That ammo, if you're the strikers right now, you want to kill as much time as you can, and it's going to be another free kick this time going against, and we have some players going in behind. Adeyemo not too happy with Ladenchuk, and Ladenchuk's got to be careful as well. He's on the yellow card, but Adeyemo not happy with that foul coming in behind the play. So a little bit of frustrations boiling over for both these teams as we're winding down this time here. Referee calling over both Ladenchuk and Adeyemo, telling them calm down, cool heads prevail. And before he allows this free kick coming in from Bueno. Bueno scored right off the set piece on his second goal. And he's going to look to play this one in. Offside, though. That goal wouldn't have counted there if Chudu got into that one. He made his run a little bit too early. And it'll be called back for a free kick. Malilo, he's going to play this one in quick. Down the line for Stenberg. Taking too much of a touch there was Barani, and Adeyemo is able to intercept. Is he going to get it over to the left side? Abaglivo carrying it forward. Adeyemo. And Barani has to come all the way over, and he clears this one aside for throwing. And Abaglivo just taking his time right now, knowing every second counts here as the strikers are just one more step there, going over as the Ontario Cup champions and representing Ontario at the National Club Championships in Laval. Adeyemo holding this ball into the corner here. As he falls down onto the ball, he's still playing with it. The referee plays on, and Chudu is going to cross this one in forward. Takes a deflection off of Ladenchuk, and nothing he can do in that type of situation is going to go for a corner kick. Woodbridge smartly plays this one in short, and Adeyemo once again going to hold this ball into the corner, and Talbot comes over to him, pokes this one away, but it's going to be a Woodbridge throw. Adeyemo doing his job right now. That's his job. Hold it into the corner. Both players come in queasing a little bit as we have a London player down on the field of play, but Chudo's going to get a shot away. And Malilo makes the save as we have an injured London player down on the field of play in behind in the corner. But the Whitecaps are going to continue to play on. Referee will blow that play down quickly. And I'll take a look at the injured play. I believe that's Talbot down in the corner. And hopefully he's going to be okay. Starting off tomorrow, it will be at 10 a.m. It will be starting off with the Under-17 boys final. Vaughan Azzurri will be going against Ajax FC, followed by the Under-17 girls. Saltfleet Stony Creek at 12:30 going against the Burlington Bayhawks. And then the men's final tomorrow at 3 p.m. Ottawa St. Anthony going against Caledon FC. It looks like he's holding his back there. It is the injured London player. And he's going to walk this one off as we're in these final moments here. Give whatever he has left in this game. So play is going to resume, though, with a striker's throwing. As Obifuna had to just had a cut on his finger as well. Had to get that quickly taped up as well. The bodies have been flying here in this game. And got to credit to the great medical staff we have here on hand, doing a great job holding down all the various injuries, knocks, and kicks. As there goes the final whistle, and the boys under-15 Ontario Cup champions are the Woodbridge Strikers with a 3-1 victory over the London Youth Whitecaps. Congratulations go out to both of the two teams for making it here, and congratulations to the Strikers for their fantastic performance and taking home the Cup championship. I'd like to thank everybody who tuned in for the match, and of course our partners for their continued support of the Ontario Cup. It is Sports Engine, Toronto FC, SoccerX.com, and Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital. Thank you everyone who has tuned in for this match as well. This has been Martin Ohms here on the commentary. And we'll be back again at 5:30 for the women's final. Don't go anywhere here, folks. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.